Hey guys, David here again, and today we're going to be programming without code. Okay, so that's really going to be very weird. Actually, we're going to be making a simple game. It won't be so sophisticated, but actually, we're going to be doing this again without code. Actually, we're going to be using Visual Script. Well, it might just have that name script, but we're not. It's not actually real scripting. Okay, so we're just going to go right to the video now. So if you guys don't know, this video is actually for absolute beginners that hates programming. I would say that hates programming, but if you actually need to watch one of my other videos where we'll actually be doing some things with words so that you will really follow along with this video. Okay, so we're going to be starting by making sorry, we're going to be making an other node. Here you see other node, and if you want to know how to download Godot and all that stuff to get started, you also check in the link. I left it in the description below, so just go ahead, check that video out, download Godot and get set up. Okay, so actually I'm going to make a new node which is going to be called, actually, well, gonna start again. Don't save that. When you first open Godot, this is what will show you, and you go over here to 2D. Okay, go over to 2D, and we're gonna use another node which is called the kinematic body. So we're gonna click on this other node here, and here we'll just search for kinematic body 2D. Here you can see kinematic body 2D, and when we have that selected, just hit enter, the enter key. So this is a node that is like a physics body where you can collide with stuff and all that stuff. But we're actually gonna be, yep, gonna be moving this guy around with the position, not actually with the, don't worry, you understand what I mean when we start. So here we can change the name by just double clicking on it, and here we'll call it player. Okay, so we see this icon here which like a caution, so we have to read that. So say this node has no shape, so you can't collide with other interact with other objects. Consider adding a collision shape or a collision polygon 2D as a child to define its shape. So what we're going to be doing here is say add a child. Okay, so this is the scene tree. This node, the first node here is called the scene tree, and this node can't have a parent. This node is like the parent of all other nodes. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to hit Control A, or you can just right click here and see add child node, but I actually like using Control A, but I'm just going to use that for the sake of this tutorial. So here we're going to add a node, and as they told us here, say it has to be a collision shape or a collision polygon 2D. So we're going to add a node called collision. We're going to just search it, collision shape 2D, and as you can see here, it has collision shape and collision polygon. We're going to be using collision shape because we're going to be going through the basics here, and we're going to go to the icon. We're going to use the icon and drag it over to, oh sorry, we're going to actually add another node which is called a sprite. So a sprite is basically an image that you want to use, like that. This guy here is an image and we want to use him. So if I'm using this image because it's built in by Godot. When you open Godot, you have that image there by default. So I'm gonna use that image, but I think I'm gonna show you how to import other images. Okay, so I'm back. Here you can see like I have so many images. This is not all actually, but if you want to import an image, like if you want your own image, you can go to your file manager and just go to where that image is found. You're gonna click and drag over here to Godot. So you're gonna click and drag and drop it there, and you see that the icon here, arrow, whatever, is being there. So we're gonna stop for that. Yep, we're gonna delete this guy because I'm not gonna be using it for this tutorial. So here is the sprite, and the sprite, we're gonna give him this icon.png. If you have another if you have another node you can just drag it. Sorry, if you have another image, you can just drag it and put it there. There's no big deal. So as you can see here, my cursor is looking like a move tool, and I don't want that, so I can just come over here and hit this, and it changes to a normal cursor again. But if you want to go back, you can hit this or just hit W, and if you want to go back here, you can just hit Q. So that's a fast way to do all that stuff. So I'm just covering the basics here, because I'm going to be using the Visual Script. So here, we're going to be having we're going to go to shape. We're going to click this node, go to shape, and we're going to click new rectangle shape. So here you can see a rectangle, and here if you look closely, you see about 3 dots there. We're going to drag this guy out below this sprite so that we can see him in front of the sprite node. Because like it draws things in layers, like the sprite layer is behind the collision shape 2D layer, something like that. So we're gonna increase the size of this to the size of our image. If you're using any other funny type of image, I advise you actually start with this square collision, or you can just go around these other ones and play with them a bit. Like the circle you can just, yep, sorry, the circle is like just with the radius that you can increase, which is going to be increased and all that stuff. So I'm going to leave it as the square, and we're going to hit Ctrl S to save this scene. And here you see create folder. We can actually create a folder and save the scene in there, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to create a folder called scenes. I'm going to hit OK. You can see here, this is the path, which is scenes, and we're going to hit save. So we're going to save it there. And over here in the resource tree, you can see that we have scenes over here. Yep, that's pretty basic stuff. So now what we want to do is we go to the player, and we're going to go to the script here, the script icon plus, and this is going to be creating a script for us. So by default, this is going to be in GD script. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this language here and go down to Visual Script. So we're going to be coding in Visual Script, and here you can see the path where it's going to save it. So it's going to save it in our scenes, but this is not a scene, it's a script. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another folder. You don't actually need to do this, you can just save it in the normal res directory, but I'm just trying to show you how to create folders here. So you just say scripts, we have scripts, and we're just going to hit OK, and here you're going to open it up there. So we're going to hit create, and now this is the coding part. As I said before at the start of this video, it's not actually coding, it's just somehow coding. I don't really know how to classify this stuff. Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is, actually, as I said before, I recommend you watch my other video. Again, link will be in the description, on how to actually get started, like how to the basics of GD scripts, the basic of scripting and all that stuff, because you actually need that here. Okay, so if you watch that video, you will know what are functions, variables, and signals. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a function, and as you know, because you watched that other video, because yeah, that video is actually essential, it's essential for beginners. So the link will be in the description, by the way. We're going to be making a function. We're going to be hitting this button here, and we're going to be making a function, or you can just hit this plus, sorry, yeah, if you can just hit that plus to make a different function, but we don't want that really. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just go over here to functions and just delete this selected, because we don't want our own function. Yeah, so what we want to do is we're going to hit this, and this is going to show us a search bar like this, where we're going to search how to all our function. So you're going to search for the physics process, and here it is, sorry, here it is, and we're going to hit open. So this is the physics process again. If you watch the other video, you know what the physics process does, and I'm not going to be covering it in this video just to save time. So you're just going to go over to that video and just check that out. So here the physics process, as most of you know, it runs things in the frame 60 times in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to variables, and we're going to make a variable, and this variable is, we're going to double click on it to rename it, and we're going to call it let's say speed. Okay, so we're going to leave that there as speed. We're going to edit member, so we can actually edit the variable. And where is it? Yeah, we're gonna make it a float. Okay, so edit again. I don't know, I have some bug with my clicking. Just gonna correct that. Yeah, edit member, and we're gonna make this guy like have like a 10. Okay, and that should do it. We're gonna hit close, and now it's time to actually do some stuff. So we're gonna be starting by right clicking on an empty space like this. So we're gonna right click there, and we're gonna search another, I won't call it a function actually, but it's, the name is action, just so you know. The name is action, and this action actually gets keyboard inputs from us. So if you go over here to project and click in project settings and click on input map, you're gonna see all our inputs here. Okay, so the UI accept is the enter key. Okay, is the enter key. The UI select is the space key, and all this other stuff, the UI left is the left key, like the left arrow key on your keyboard. All these things are on your keyboard. So if you want to make your own action, you can be like, okay, I want my action to be called just left. Okay, you can add this, and you go to the bottom and hit this plus button here, and you see key. So we're gonna hit key, and they say press the key. We're gonna press the the left key, and once you press it, you're gonna see this left over here. So you can hit OK, and we can actually use that later on in the code. Okay, but me, I don't actually like using this built-in function. Sorry, this man-made, I won't call it man-made, I'll say user-made actions. Not like they have any issues or anything, they work perfectly, but I don't know, I just feel weird using it, so I'm just gonna delete that. So you can do that for your left, your right, your up and down, and all that stuff. So you go over to action, and here where you see action, you go to the action. When you click it, you're going to see action here, and when you click that, it's going to give you a list of all your actions. Okay, so my action that I want to use right now is UI underscore left. So the UI left is going to just get the what do you call it, the, it's, as you can see here, is bool. Okay, and bool means true or false. So if we press the left key, this guy will turn to true, and if we leave it, it's turn to false, and we're going to be using that later. So I think I'm gonna duplicate this guy. Okay, I'm just gonna click it and hit the Control D. Okay, yep, and hit Control D to duplicate it. And this other guy, I'm not gonna give him a UI left, we're gonna give him a UI right, so that we can press the right key also and all that stuff. Well, the way they are positioned, I'm going to just exchange their positions. This doesn't actually matter, but I want to explain something, because if you're a beginner, it might confuse you. So I'm going to drag this guy here. Yeah, so I'm going to make another function, and this is going to be, I don't know if it's a function. Again, I don't know if it's a function. It's going to be construct construct int bool. Here it is, int bool. So it's going to change a boolean value to an integer. So the integer is going to be a 0 or a 1. Wait, I think I don't think we're going to use it. We're going to use int sorry, float bool. That is, if there is anything like that. Yeah, we're going to use float bool instead. So we're going to get rid of this guy. We're going to use float bool, and what this is going to do is it's going to change this boolean value to a number. It's going to change it true or false to a number. So if it's true, the number is going to be 1, and if it's false, the number is going to be 0. Just like binary, when something is true is 1, when it's false is 0, something like that. So here, over here, you see bool. We're going to go over here and connect it that way. So it's like connecting this boolean value, because this is going to be a true if we press it. So if we press it, it's going to give this guy a true, and it's going to give this guy a 1, and it just keeps passing on like that as we keep connecting. So again, we're going to duplicate this guy and put him over here and just connect him to that guy. If you try to connect them to from here, in some cases it might not work, but I don't know why it's not working, but mostly you have to connect it from wherever you're coming from to it. Okay, so now next thing we're going to do is, since it's giving us a 0 0, we're gonna have like a, if we're pressing the right key, it's going to give us, okay, I'm just going to open up my paint here so that I can explain this real well. So here guys, I'm over my paint, so I want to just show you a diagrammatic stuff of this. So if we press the right key, let's say these are our keys, and we say this is actually the right and this is the left. Okay, don't mind my drawing please, I'm not a good artist. Yeah, so imagine this is the right and this is the left key. This left key, if it's pressed, it's going to give us a 0. Sorry, if it's pressed, it's going to give us a 1, and this right key, if it's pressed, is going to give us a 1. So imagine if we press the two keys, it's going to give us a 1 and a 1, and we're going to be subtracting the values. So 1 minus 1 give us a 0. Okay, so if we press the two keys, we're going to have a 0. That means we're not going to move. So imagine if we press the left key, which is 1, and we're gonna and we don't press the right key, which is 0. So actually what we're going to be doing is right minus left. So 0 minus 1 will give us a minus 1. Well, if you watch that video, you will know that, you know the graph of Godot, you know how Godot works. I'm not going to be saying that in this tutorial just to save time. Okay, so it's going to give us a minus 1, which means we're moving left. Okay, when we press the left key, that means we're moving left. So imagine if this guy is 0 and we press the right key. So the right minus the left, sorry, this is meant to be a 1. Yeah, so the right minus the left will be a 1 minus 0, which is actually gonna be 1. So that's moving the right, which is plus 1. Okay, so I'm just gonna implement it that way, just so that you could understand what I meant. If you don't understand, you can go down the link, go down to the links in the description, and like join my Discord, or hit me up on Twitter, or anything, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, and I'll pick it up from there, answer you. But if you're not on any of those platforms, you can just leave it down in the comment section and I'll pick it up from there. So yeah, what we're going to be doing now is we're going to right click and we're going to say math. We're going to find the math function, math subtract, and here it is. So we're going to hit enter, and as you can see, it gives us a chance to input A and B. So as I told you, the right will always subtract the left. Wait, yeah, I guess, yeah. So here is set to bool, as you can see, but I don't know, I don't actually think it's possible to subtract minus a false from a true like that. That's literally almost impossible. So what we're going to do is we'll go over here to type, and we're going to check float. So it's going to get inputs from a float. So over here, like seriously, what's happening? Okay, so over here we're going to connect this guy over here and connect this guy over here. So it's going to get these two, and it's going to subtract the right from the left at all times. So this float here is going to be either a -1 or a +1. Then that's where this p variable comes in. So what we're going to do is going to drag it over here and just drop it there. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to be multiplying this minus 1 or plus 1 to this 10. So minus 1 plus 10 is, sorry, minus 1 times 10 will give us a minus 10, and minus 10, sorry, and plus 1 times 10 will give us a 10. So that's make us move left and right really well. So now we're going to make another function, which is the multiply. Yep, see there, math multiply, and we're going to be multiplying these two values by each other. Well, the what do you call it, the order that you put them in doesn't really matter. What matters is that you put them in. So we're going to connect the two of them, and I'm going to just bring this over here. So the float over here will show you that it's going to multiply these two values and return a float. So from here, what we're going to be doing is, from here we're going to be increasing the position value, okay, by each of what, like, by 10 or minus 10. So that's going to give us a backward or a forward. If you watch the other video, you will know that. So from here you make a math add. So just say add. Yep, I'm going to use a math add function here, and here is going to add this value, this 10 or minus 10, by a value to give us our position. So right now the position, sorry, the position can actually be edited using Visual Script by going to the transform here, and here you see position, just drag it over and drop it here. So this is actually going to make a set position, but we don't want to set the position, we actually want to get the position so that we can add it to this value and make it the position data. Like what I mean is, like, we're just going to get this position. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag this and hit control, okay, while we're still holding it, and we're going to leave it and leave the control key. So yep, we've gotten a get position and a set position. So the get position is going to get the present position, and yeah, we're going to connect these two guys. Well, this addition, we're going to make this any, okay, so that we can put in any type of variables here, because this, I think it has a bug in it that when I change this to .x, it doesn't actually change it from vector 2, but you won't really understand that right now. So we just gonna click this get position, and here where you see index, we want to get the x index of it, because we want to be moving right or left. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just connect this guy over to NEA and connect this guy over to NEB, because, like, okay, sorry, we're going to go over here again and just click that return button to return it to the way it was. Then we're going to connect this to NEB, okay, and from here we'll go over to the set position, and we want to actually set the x position. So what we're going to do is we're going to carry this from here and fix it up there. So it's going to increase, it's going to add the present position plus 10, um, and to give us the position we're in now, or it's going to subtract 10 to give us the position we're in. So that's nice stuff you want to know. And if you want to zoom out, you can just go over here. I don't know why you can't use the middle mouse button to scroll out. I don't really know why that is, but well, we're gonna make it so from here now we've gotten our, we're gonna just run this. If we hit F5, we're gonna hit select, and this is gonna select the tree, the particular scene that you want to run at the at every start of the game. Well, if you just want to test this scene, you can just hit this button, or you can hit F6 just to run it quickly. And here you can see our player at the top right corner here. I'm actually going to shift him later on. So if I hit the right and left, you see that nothing happens, and that's because we haven't actually given it a time for it to happen. So we're going to connect this to the physics process, this set position, because as you can see it has this some sort of play button there. I won't call it play button anyways, but still. Okay, so I'm gonna connect it there so that it happens every frame. So I'm gonna hit F6 again just to check it out. And yep, if we go right, it goes right and left. So that's really nice stuff. We can't go up and down yet, but I'm just gonna fix that up. So first thing I want to do is I want to go back to my scene. I just did that by hitting F1. Okay, so if you want to go to the script scene, you hit F3. If you want to go to the 2D scene, you hit F1. Okay, and the 3D F2 and the asset library F4. So yeah, that's it. Then over here is our player, so we want to move the root node. Okay, so we're just gonna hit W to move it, W, and we're gonna just move it to like about the center there. I'm gonna save this. So we're gonna hit F3 to go back to our script, and from here we're going to make us go up and down. So we're gonna actually grab all this. I mistakenly grabbed the physics process, so I'm just gonna hold control and click that to unselect it. Then all these other ones here, we're gonna just duplicate it. Yeah, as you can see here, we have our duplicated version, and we're just gonna bring it down a little bit, and yeah, hit minus minus, and just keep everything the way it is nicely. Okay, so from here, what we're gonna do is we're going to just be changing things over in the other one. So the other one is going to make us go up and down. So you're going to use UI up and UI down first of all to start it. Sorry, UI down. So you actually have to think again. If okay, if you watch the other video, you know how the graph of Godot is. So if you see this, the UI up means we're going up. Okay, so it's going in minus values of y, and if we're going down, is in going in plus values of y. But if you notice, if you try to think of it, the way the right and left are placed, the right is actually the plus value of x, and the left is the minus value of x. So we actually have to follow the same pattern. So the first one is going to be the UI down, which is the plus values of x, and this is going to be the UI up, which is the minus values of x. So we've done that, and we won't actually need to change so much. We're gonna leave the speed be yeah, and here where you see like the get position, we're gonna change this to y. It's gonna get the y position, and we're gonna change the set position also to y. So I think we should be done, and last thing we should do is to connect this guy, sorry, connect him over here. So while we're connecting it, it's like in the code, like this is the first line, let's assume this is the first line of code and this is the second line of code. So like it's just like a kind of a snake, like a train or something like that. So here we have we can go up and down and move in all directions in our game. So this is really nice stuff you want to know. We actually did this without code. I'm using the Visual Script thanks to Godot. So if you know you don't like programming, I think this is for you. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can check it over in the link in the link in the description. Then if you want me to make other videos like this, I actually thought of making this my last Visual Script video, just to show you guys how Visual Script works. But if you don't want it to be the last video, like if you want me to keep making Visual Script videos, you can just leave it down in the comment section. Keep making Visual Script videos, and I'll try my best. Okay, so thank you for watching, and goodbye. See you next time.